Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joseph Ward, and welcome to my own The Shoulders of Giants YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share this channel. And that notification button, click that notification button so every time I drop a new video, you will know what's going on. African history at your fingertips through this channel. You're getting biographies of your sung and unsung heroes right at your fingertips. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about On the Shoulders of Giants, where you can learn about yourself and we tell our own stories. Peace out. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am back. It's been a little minute, but you know I can't go too long without dropping my videos. It's late Saturday night. FAMU homecoming. See, I still got my shirt on. I had to rep my school though. FAMU homecoming 2017. Had a great time, had fun, but you know, stuff just be on my mind when I'm riding, so I had to come drop this video. So what I'm gonna talk about today is often we think that when horrific things happen to black people by other races, mostly the white race, white supremacists of the white race, we often try to say that it's not because of race. Race isn't the reason why this happened. And I'm kind of here to tell you, things are more about race than you think it is. So that's the title of this video. It's more about race than you may want to believe. I think a good book to read to understand what I'm talking about is the ISIS paper by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, when she's describing the fear of genetic annihilation. And then you start looking at the actions that people take, because you have to study people's actions. You got to study people's actions. If you're not studying people's actions, you're tripping. You're setting yourself up for failure. And that's one thing we keep doing. We keep walking into the spider web because we're not really learning the lessons that we're supposed to be learning the way we should be learning them, right? And so that's why I try my best to put the information out so we can have access to this information. So this is not to say that every white person you come across is going to be a supporter of white supremacy, but it is telling you to keep your antenna up. I was watching a clip on YouTube and Muhammad Ali had a great analogy. I love this analogy. And this is me paraphrasing this analogy. So he was talking about how, or put yourself in a situation where you have 10,000 snakes coming at your house. 1,000 of those 10,000 snakes are non-poisonous and most likely would help you. But you have 10,000 of them coming at you at one time. And it's hard for you to be able to distinguish between who is who. So do you let all 10,000 of those snakes into your home and then try to figure out who's who? Or do you leave them all out? And see, that's a great analogy when it comes to organization, to us organizing the things that we need to organize. But see, now I'm going to come back to that part. But it's more about race than you think, because we have this idea that every other group of people on this earth think like we think and operate the way we do, and we don't. We operate differently. African people, we operate differently. We operate out of love, out of humanity, out of civility and things like that. But our oppressors, they don't. They operate out of malice, anger, evil, just rage. They want to destroy things. Think about everywhere on this earth white supremacists have went. They've destroyed everything. The land, the people, the culture, the mindsets, the spirituality. Everything has been destroyed. We have to learn these things about who we're dealing with and stop expecting savage people to be civilized. That's not going to happen. You have to treat things as they are. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to be crazy, but you know damn well, if I have a reputation of stealing, you still gonna leave your wallet around me? No, you're not. You're not gonna still leave your wallet around me. You're gonna protect your wallet. So the same thing with us, we got to protect our livelihood. We have to protect our culture. We have to protect our people. We have to protect our women and our children. We have to protect our men. We have to protect everything that is about us. And we keep acting as if we're dealing with civilized beings. We're not. And you have to be careful about the people who are giving you these messages of love. Love thy enemy. Love thy enemy. Love thy enemy. You don't have to love your enemy. That's crazy. That's crazy to go out really thinking that I should give my enemy this affection, this energy, when I know my enemy is not giving me that same energy. That's craziness. I know you're trying to kill me, but I'm going to try to convince you to be my brethren. No, I'm going to protect myself. That's crazy. But that's also an oppressed mindset. And only the oppressed will try to side with the oppressor, would try to learn the oppressor, figure out the oppressor in the manner of coexisting with the oppressor in a humanistic way. Hey man, if you don't like me, cool. Stay where you at, and I'm gonna stay where I am. But if you come over here messing with me, I got to give you the business. And that's what it should be with us. But we keep thinking that it's not about race. At the end of the day, the concept of race was created to justify slavery, to justify the oppression that was happening. That's why the concept of race was happening. Go study Neely Fuller Jr. when he says race itself is racism, because it's all a competition for survival and land and money and dominance. But these have been the stories of the earth, of the earth since, like, we can go back to European times, just trying to dominate the whole earth. There are even some African nations who try to dominate the land. But we have to understand what we're dealing with and get out of this fantasy world that we're in, really believing that it's beneficial to side with your enemy. It's beneficial for you to be able to protect yourself and thrive. It's beneficial for you to be able to build your own and control your own and have your own. It's about race because this is what it is. This is what we're in. And us as oppressed people in this position of not having power can't change that. The best way that we can change that is to play the game. Play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and play as a team, play as a race, play as a team. Then once we are able to self-actualize, then we can think about all the other stuff. Self-actualization as a whole should be our main priority. And I'm talking to this critical mass. I understand this is not for everybody, but if this resonates with you, let's ride. If it don't, cool, let's keep it moving. Ain't no time for no back and forth. But what it is about is, it's always about race. That's why the concept of race was created. It was created to justify the maltreatment of African people, the tyranny that was inflicted upon African people. That's why the concept of race was created, so they can say that, hey, these are not human beings. These are subhumans. So who cares how we treat them? They're beasts. That's how we treat all the beasts. Who cares how we treat the beast? That's how we get to where we are. We seem to have forgotten that. A culture of racism cannot survive without full participation of the people within those cultures. It just can't. So for the culture of racism and oppression and white supremacy to still be alive and strong today, that means it's being carried on from generation to generation to generation to generation. And we keep getting put to sleep thinking that it's over, that things are totally better. Things may have gotten a smidget better, but they're not. It's not totally better. It's not totally better for our people. Our people, like 2016, 200,000 black people went missing. And we didn't even know about it. We didn't even find out about it till the end of the year or the beginning of 2017. But 200,000 black people went missing. All types of horrific things happen to black people on a regular basis. We are living behind enemy lines. We're living in a police state. We're living in times that are similar to what our ancestors lived in. It's just now we have the ability to capture it. And I'm one of the people who don't believe that even if the world is able to see it, that the world will care. I just don't feel like the world has shown that they've cared. Because the world could have stepped in by now and done something to help black people. Everybody can. Like, we need more than signs being held up. We need, if you're really an ally, click up, squad up, and make sure that you're doing your part, especially within your culture and your people, to help break down the systems of white supremacy and racism, whatever supremacy that you may be opposing. But stop trying to tell black people or trying to convince black people that it's not about race when it is about race. I understand that when I walk out the house, that the color of my skin may determine whether I make it or not. The color of my skin, for some people, for the ignorant ones, it just sets off alarms. It says a lot to them. It says a lot about them and about me from their interpretation. I can't take this off. We have to have this. I got a cold, so you got to excuse me. But we have to have this race first mentality. Not in a malicious way, but in a way that's uplifting and empowering to our people. And we have to have that mentality because of the existence of white supremacy and racism. Black people in America, we cannot afford to have a we are the world mentality above a black first mentality, because we have not had the ability to self-actualize as other people have. The reason we operate the way we do is because we have been conditioned for over 400 years. Take a group of people, put them in a fucked up situation for over 400 years and see how it turns out. So that's my message to my people. It's more about race than you may think it is. It's more about race than you may think it is. And we are living in a time where white supremacy still wants to destroy us and wipe us off the earth. And they're trying very hard. And they're trying to use any means they can to take us out. We have to understand what's going on. Know who our enemies are. Know who our allies are. And be able to self-actualize and protect our visions. Protect our goals. And I guarantee you, we will be able to thrive. We will be thriving. We will be thriving. I guarantee you. Hey man, we can do it. We have what it takes to do it. Our greatest resources in our people, and I believe in my people. I know we can. Joseph Ward, on the shoulders of giants. Peace out.